Hello MonsterJam Toy Monster Truck Racing fans, and welcome back to our all-new double loop track layout. This is the first time this one's seen in one of our tournaments, and also here for today's tournament we have 20 never before seen custom-made die-cast monster trucks made by Diggers Diecast on Instagram. Each one of these trucks are absolutely meticulously hand-painted and detailed to look like an old Mad Max style or apocalyptic style truck. These things are absolutely incredible, and we are super honored to have them here at our track for this tournament. And what better way to kick it off than to have these awesome trucks on the brand new track for the first time. And here we go, fans. Check out this super cool new addition to this track. Reagan came up with this idea to have a boneyard monster truck graveyard at the end of the track. How cool is this? We have the kinetic sand, some beat up monster trucks, some trucks that lost some parts, chassis, bodies all over this track. This thing is incredible. But now we got to take a look at the trucks that are racing in this tournament. We have 20 trucks here to race today, and 12 of them have already made the lineup, which means we have too many trucks for a 16 truck tournament. So these 8 trucks right here will have to go head to head against one another for the first time on the new track to see which one will make it into today's show. And any truck that does not advance in the tournament today will end up in the graveyard with Double Decker, the graveyard gatekeeper. Let's head up to the gates and get these races started. And up first to try to race their way in, we have Gravedigger in the red lane, taking on Rescue Ranger in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, here we go. So fast coming out of the gate down this new ramp, extremely fast as they go inverted, easily up over the crush cars and buses. They're side by side. Gravedigger has problems, and Rescue Ranger up the back obstacle and almost doesn't make it to the line. What a run! Makes it to the finish line and will be entering this tournament, eliminating Gravedigger. Who would have thought that would happen? Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, these trucks are extremely fast coming down this new ramp, fast as they go upside down. Big air from both trucks, but Gravedigger with a hard landing. Rescue Ranger off to the side and flips for the win. All right, here we go. Round number 2. Who's making it in? We have Gravedigger, the legend, in the red lane, taking on HotWheels Silverado in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Wheel to wheel out of the gate, so fast, coming down through the loop, side by side as they enter the next jump. Look at that air from Silverado. Almost hits the jump on the side. Gravedigger going to the middle. Oh, it's a close race at the line. Which truck made it there? That was an awesome side-by-side run all the way to the new finish line. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, both of these trucks are fast coming out of the gate down the ramp. It's a long way into those loops. Huge air from Silverado in that blue lane. Gravedigger a little ahead, but Silverado at the line takes the win by a tire. What a run. That truck's moving on. And next up to the starting gate, we have Gravedigger Grandma in the red lane, taking on Big Kahuna in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Here we go, wheel to wheel coming out of the gate down the ramp. They're side by side as they go upside down. Oh, look at this air from Big Kahuna. That truck had to be a foot and a half off the track. Smooth landing and makes it to the graveyard. What a run from that truck. But what happened to Grandma? Gravedigger had problems off of the loop and over the obstacle. Does not make it to the line. Let's take another look from the track cam and see if we can see what happened to Grandma Gravedigger. It's Big Kahuna in this one. Moving on. What a run. All right, here we go. As the gate launches, these trucks are side by side coming down the ramp, but as they go through the loop, Grandma Gravedigger with problems gets hit by the backflip ramp as Big Kahuna takes the win. And next up for their shot to make it in the tournament, we have Bulldozer in the red lane, taking on El Toro Loco in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag gate drops. Here we go. Bull trucks putting the power down, coming down the ramp. Look at them as they go upside down. Bulldozer starting to pull away as Bobs goes to the other side of the track, lands on the blue ramp as El Toro Loco crashes. Bulldozer takes the win. What a wild run that was. Not sure if something broke in the steering where it landed in the blue lane, but El Toro Loco with big problems over the new crush buses doesn't clear the obstacle. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, these two trucks are side by side coming down the ramp. These teammates are super fast, but El Toro Loco has problems through the loop, doesn't make it over the crush cars and crashes as Bulldozer takes the win. What a run. And there we have it, race fans. The first couple of races on the new track, and already some trucks in the graveyard who will not be moving on. But with that, that means we now have our 16 truck lineup for this awesome new tournament. Check out the builds on these trucks. The paint jobs on these trucks and the parts on these trucks are absolutely incredible. Look at the detail of the rust and the weathered look. What do you say we meet all these trucks one by one? And the first truck is none other than Bulldozer, the one that just beat its teammate El Toro Loco and raced its way into this tournament. Check out these big muddy flotation tires on this rusty weathered body. This Bulldozer looks absolutely amazing, and it was fast there in the preliminary round. I can't wait to see what it does here in the tournament. Next up is the only Hot Wheels body in this casting. We have the square body Silverado. Look at the rusty patina on this truck running down the doors all over the side. It's even still got its Hot Wheels Monstertruck flag in the back. This truck looks so cool. It's gonna be super fast here today. Let's hear all of our Hot Wheels fans make a little noise. Next up to the tournament, we have one of my all-time favorite monster trucks, Big Kahuna. And you can tell this one was put together right there in the junkyard. Check out the rusty body, rusty shocks and wheels, and even got the headers and forelinks with the little patina on them. This truck looks absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to see it hit the track. Alright fans, you are now looking at Ranger Rescue, and this truck has already raced its way into the tournament, rescuing itself one time from the graveyard. But do you think it'll be able to win a couple more rounds and make it into the finals, keeping itself out of the graveyard all tournament long? We will find out soon, but you gotta love the look of this truck. Check out those details, it's awesome. This next entry is one of the coolest in the tournament. We have Boneyard Mohawk Warrior. This truck looks like it's already been attacked by some zombies with that skull on the side and the bone mohawk on the top. Got a little blood drip going on. This truck is wild. I can't wait to see how this apocalyptic themed Mohawk Warrior does in the tournament here today against the other trucks. I asked the creator of all these trucks, Diggers Diecast, which was his favorite, and the Joker was the answer. And after seeing this truck, I can see why. Look at these body panels on this truck with the rusty drips, the window coverings, the luggage rack on the top with all the detailing and the bomb. This truck is absolutely incredible. This Joker is no joke. As mentioned earlier, I'm a big fan of Big Kahuna, and I'm lucky that there's two Big Kahunas in this tournament. And look at the paint scheme on this one, the paneling on the side, the wood paneling, the rust all over the top of that blue body, the shocks, the wheels. This truck is absolutely perfect all the way around. Love to have it here at this race. Check out this rage, race fans. When I opened the package of these custom-built monster trucks, I was absolutely blown away by this rage. Check out the wheels on this truck. All 4 different wheels straight out of the junkyard, pieced together with parts all over the place. We got 4 different colored shocks and all of it to accent that rage body. Love this truck. Next up to the lineup, we have this super awesome looking Recreation. You know it wouldn't be an apocalyptic race without a camper shell on a monster truck, and Recreation is a perfect fit. Look at the patina on this truck like it's been sitting in that junkyard for years. Can it move its way on in the race and not make it back to the junkyard? We'll find out soon. Don't worry, Gravedigger fans, we wouldn't leave you out of this tournament. We've got a couple Gravediggers here. This is the first one, Gravedigger the Legend. This body's been sitting around for years in the junkyard, and we rebuilt the truck to have it here at the tournament. Check out these wheels and tires on this one. Look at that body. The rusty fender, the patina, this one's ready to go. And there's no better Gravedigger for an apocalyptic style tournament than Reckless Gravedigger. This truck is built of multiple different body panels from multiple different Gravediggers throughout the years, and one of the coolest looking Gravedigger trucks around. Check out that green wheel. This one was definitely made from some spare parts, but we'll see how it can do here at the track. Next up, race fans, we have Overboard. And look at the body on this one, weathered all the way down to the bare metal with the decals barely hanging on. But this truck was rebuilt out of the junkyard for this tournament with a beautiful looking detailed chassis and wheels. On this build right here for this apocalyptic theme, this is one Overboard creation. And you know the apocalyptic tournament wouldn't be complete if we didn't have a zombie. This one's got its arms up like it's ready to hit the track right off of the bat. Looks super awesome sitting there on top of all these junk parts on the podium. This truck is absolutely detailed to perfection, and it's ready to hit the starting gate and zombie its way through the other trucks. And next we have one of my favorite trucks of the entire tournament, built from the ground up by Bob himself. This is Rat Nasty, using that old school Ford body all weathered out and rusted with the toolboxes in the back, the fuel tank ready to go, and on the old school chassis, they don't get much better than this. This truck right here is definitely Rat Nasty. Can't wait to see it hit the track. We're back with another build for the Gravedigger fans, and this one is next level. With that 3D 30th anniversary Gravedigger body, check out the paint scheme on these skulls. It looks like the skulls are coming right through some smoke on the side of each truck. This is absolutely incredible. Painted headlights, matching wheels and tires. This one's ready to go down the track. Here is the final truck in this tournament, race fans, and this one is so fitting. This is Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog. We just couldn't have this race without having Junkyard Dog here because this truck came right from the junkyard from the beginning. Look at the details all over this Monster Mutt body with the weathered look, bare metal showing, rusty wheels and tires. This is awesome. And there we have it, viewers. That's the 16 trucks here for the Apocalyptic Tournament. These custom trucks are absolutely incredible, and again, we're so honored to have them here at the track. But how can they do through the double loops and over the new crushed cars and buses? Which one will be able to make the wins and take their way through the tournament for a chance at the top podium spot? Let's take a look at today's racing bracket now and find out. All right, race fans, heading to the starting line first, we have Bulldozer taking on Big Kahuna. Ranger Rescue will be racing the HotWheels Silverado. Mohawk Warrior will be going head-to-head with Gravedigger the Legend. Recreation will be facing Rage. Up next, we have Zombie taking on the Joker, followed by Big Kahuna taking on Gravedigger 3D. Then we have Reckless Gravedigger racing Overboard. And finally, Monster Mutt will be going head-to-head with Rat Nasty. Check out these awesome-looking Mad Max style lineups here for this tournament on the new track. Let's head up to the starting gates now and get these races started. And here we go. First up, we have Bulldozer in the orange lane taking on Big Kahuna in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Fast out of the gate, they go wheel to wheel coming down the ramp. They're extremely fast as they go upside down. Huge jump from Big Kahuna, and that blue lane goes off to the side and still makes it to the line for the win. Both trucks all the way into the graveyard after the end of that race, hanging out with all the parts over there. But it is Big Kahuna taking the win. It looks like Bulldozer will have to stay in the graveyard. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, both of these trucks are fast coming out of the gate, wheel to wheel coming down through the loops. Watch that blue lane. Big Kahuna has a huge jump off to the side, goes over, just touches that side obstacle and takes the win. What a run. Check that out. Race number 1 down, and Bulldozer is going to have to stay over here in the junkyard the rest of the race because in this matchup, it is Big Kahuna taking the win, being the first truck to move on into the second round. We'll see more of that awesome patina coming up soon, but now let's head up to the starting gates for the next pair. And next up to the starting line, we have Ranger Rescue in the red lane taking on Hot Wheels Silverado in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Side by side out of the gate, they go extremely fast coming down through the loops. Ranger Rescue a little ahead through the loops with Hot Wheels Silverado flying over the crush cars. Ranger Rescue crashes and doesn't make it to the line as Hot Wheels takes the win all the way into the junkyard. Look at that. Goes right past Bulldozer up over some tires. That was awesome. But Ranger Rescue is going to need a little rescuing himself. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, both of these trucks extremely fast coming down the ramp. It's Ranger Rescue a little ahead until they get to the jumps. Over the crush cars, Ranger Rescue has problems, lands hard on the back, and Silverado takes the win. A couple incredible runs right here on this new track, and we have our first big crash coming over that new crush car stack. But in this matchup, it is the Hot Wheels Silverado taking the win, moving on into the next round and putting Ranger Rescue in the junkyard. Wild run. Now let's head back to the starting gate and see what the next pair can do. Next up is Mohawk Warrior in the red lane taking on Gravedigger the Legend in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Here we go, side by side out of the gate, coming down the ramp. They're wheel to wheel as they enter the loop. Mohawk Warrior starts to pull away just a little. Gravedigger the Legend trying to catch up. Mohawk Warrior with a huge jump and slap wheelie takes the win. Wow, that was a super big air jump from that truck, but what happened to Gravedigger the Legend? Didn't even make it up over the crush cars. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, these trucks are fast out of the gate, wheel to wheel coming down, but Mohawk Warrior starts to pull away, has a huge jump. Look at the height on that one. Gravedigger the Legend goes off to the side, hits the backflip ramp as Mohawk Warrior takes the win. Maybe that Gravedigger the Legend should have found a little better engine to try to compete in this tournament here today, but not sure there was any available in the junkyard. It is Mohawk Warrior taking the awesome win with some huge air over the obstacles, so we'll see more of that truck soon. Now let's head back to the starting gates for the next pair. Here we go next with Recreation in the red lane taking on Rage in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Gate drops in their off. It's Recreation with a little lead coming down the ramp as they enter the loops. About a truck length ahead. Super faster loops with big jump. Hard landing on the front end is able to power out and take the win. Wow! It was Recreation all the way in that matchup taking the win over Rage. What happened there? Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops in, this one it's Recreation in the red lane, taking the early lead and takes the win all the way through this race. Rage a little bit slower coming through the loops, has problems over there. Bicycle saves it, but it's Recreation for the win. What a run. In all of my years of racing, I've never seen a camper go so fast and fly so high. That was incredible. It's Recreation crossing the line first to take the win to move on into the second round. So we'll see more of that sleeper camper here soon. Now let's head back up to the gates because we got two more lined up and ready to go. And next up to the line, we have Zombie in the red lane taking on the Joker in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Gate drops, here we go. They're wheel to wheel coming out of the gate down the ramp. It's Zombie pulling away just a little coming through the loops. Out of the loop, they both go off to the right. Oh, Zombie hits the backflip ramp. Joker puts the power down with Zombie having problems and takes the win all the way to the graveyard. And you guys thought I was joking earlier when I said this Joker is no joke. That was awesome. But Zombie with big problems there in the middle of the track. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, it's red lane with a little lead coming down the ramp. It's Zombie with its arms up thinking it's winning this race. But off of the loop jump has problems. They go off to the side, hits that backflip ramp and crashes as Joker's pedal down all the way and takes the win. Zombie with big problems over the new Crush cars will find itself once again back in the junkyard, as in this race it's the Joker taking the win, moving on into the second round. Check out that awesome build of that truck. That truck looks so cool. We'll see more of it here soon. Now let's head back to the starting gate because we got two more ready to go. And next up to the starting gate, we have Big Kahuna in the red lane taking on 30th Anniversary Digger in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Here we go, wheel to wheel coming out of the gate as Digger starts to pull it away, heading through the loops. Extremely faster loop. Look at that air from both of these trucks. Wow! Slap wheelie from Gravedigger and takes the win. Big Kahuna hits Double Decker and knocks it off of its throne at the graveyard. Wow! What a run from both of these trucks. Gravedigger had the biggest air we've seen here so far on the new track. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, both of these trucks fast coming out of the gate down the ramp. Huge air from both trucks. Look at them go. Slap wheelie from Gravedigger and takes the win. My favorite Big Kahuna may not be moving on, but it took that gatekeeper spot here in the junkyard from Double Decker. In this one, it's 30th Anniversary taking the win, moving on into the next round. Great run from that truck. Now, what do the next two up at the starting gate have to do? Let's go find out. Next up to the starting line, we have Recreation Gravedigger in the red lane taking on Overboard in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, here we go, wheel to wheel out of the gate. They're side by side as they enter the loop, door to door as they go upside down. Gravedigger starts to pull away, but as problems goes off to the side and Overboard flies across the obstacle to pass for the win. What a run! These trucks were both so fast out of the gate. They were side by side, door to door, entering the loops. What happened to Gravedigger? Let's take another look. As the gate drops, watch how close they are coming down the ramp. As they enter the loop, Gravedigger starts to pull away, but has problems over the buses and Crush cars as Overboard flies past for the win. Great run. That Recreation is one awesome looking monster truck, but its parts and pieces are gonna have to rest one more time in the junkyard because it's Overboard taking the win, moving on in this tournament. Great run from that truck and some huge air. We'll see more of it soon. Now let's head back into the starting gates for the next pair. Next up to the starting gate, we have Monster Mutt in the red lane taking on Rat Nasty in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Green flag, here we go, and they're side by side coming down the ramp there, wheel to wheel as they go through loops. Oh, Rat Nasty with big problems! Monster Mutt up over the obstacle, gets a little squirrely, shaking its tail because it knows it just took the win over the coolest truck here. What just happened? Rat Nasty was super fast coming down the ramp, had problems entering the loop, and did not make it through the loop. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, both of these trucks are fast, wheel to wheel coming down the ramp, but Rat Nasty in the blue lane hits that loop and loses traction, falling down. Monster Mutt takes the win, wagging its tail the whole way. What a wild run. Well, viewers, that was one scary ride here for Halloween, and Rat Nasty going through the loops as it is Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog taking the win, hanging out over here in the junkyard. How ironic. But it is Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog moving on into the next round. And speaking of the next round, what do you say we head over to the pits and take a look at all the trucks moving on? Well, I know these dirt crew machines have some work to do here after that wild first round matchup. They got to get this junkyard put back together and all the parts put back in it. That was awesome. This new track sure has made for some great racing and some big air over these new crush cars and buses. Check those out. Hand crushed cars by my son Reagan himself. That's awesome. But moving on into the next round, here are the trucks we have. We've got Big Kahuna racing Mohawk Warrior. Then we have Hot Wheels Silverado taking on Recreation. The Joker will be going head-to-head with Overboard. And finally, we have 30th Anniversary Gravedigger racing Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog. These trucks have done incredible, and we're ready for round number 2, so let's go. And here we go. We have Big Kahuna in the red lane taking on Mohawk Warrior in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Gate drops and they're off there side by side coming down the ramp extremely fast as we head upside down through the loops. Wheel to wheel over the crush cars. Oh, they get together on the landing. Mohawk Warrior crashes and Big Kahuna takes the win. Hits its teammate Big Kahuna over in the pits saying what's up. Wow, what a wild run. They were wheel to wheel off of that jump, got together in the air, and Mohawk Warrior couldn't make the landing. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, these trucks are wheel to wheel, side by side, super fast coming down through the loops. Look at this jump. Huge air. They both head to the middle. They hit the wheels in mid-air, and Big Kahuna gets the better part and the win. What a wild side-by-side matchup we had there to start out the second half of this tournament. That was awesome with a big crash. And it is Big Kahuna taking the advantage in that big crash to move into the semifinal round. What a run from that truck. Now let's head back up to the starting gates because we got 2 more waiting on us. And up next, we have the Hot Wheels Silverado in the red lane, taking on Recreation in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Here we go, both trucks fast coming down the ramp. It's Hot Wheels a little behind coming through the loops. Recreation with the big jump, both goes off to the side, hits the side obstacle, slows up, and Hot Wheels Silverado passes for the win at the very last minute. Wow! What happened to Recreation? Had a problem up over the crush cars, went off to the side, hit that side obstacle, and couldn't make it over it, losing the lead. It's Hot Wheels Silverado taking the win. Moving on, let's take another look. As the gate drops, both these trucks extremely fast, wheel to wheel coming down through the loops. Recreation has problems off the jump, goes off to the side, hits that side obstacle, and Silverado with a big slap wheelie takes the win. Well, viewers, what a wild finish we had in that matchup. Recreation was miles ahead, but couldn't make it over the obstacle, allowing Silverado to take the win, moving on into the semifinals. We'll see more of that Hot Wheels body here coming up soon, but now we got 2 more lined up and ready to go. Let's head back to the gate now. And next up to the line, we have the Joker in the red lane taking on Overboard in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Gate drops, here we go, and they're wheel to wheel out of the gate, but Overboard starting to pull away as they go through the loops, extremely fast through the loops with a big jump. Joker with a good landing off the obstacle, but can't quite catch up as Overboard takes the win and slams into Recreation in the junkyard. What a wild run. Checking out the other trucks over here, maybe gonna scrap some parts later on. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, they're both wheel to wheel coming down the ramp, but as they enter the loop, Overboard starts to pull away. Joker with the smooth jump lands on the landing of that ramp, trying to catch up, but Overboard already takes the win. What a run. Well, DC Comic fans, the Joker is out of this one and will hang out in the junkyard the rest of the race because Overboard takes the win and we'll move on into the semifinal round. What an awesome matchup. Now, what do you say we head back up to the starting gates for the last matchup of the first? Now, what do you say we head back up to the starting gates because we got 2 more awesome trucks ready to go. And next up, we have the 30th Anniversary Gravedigger in the red lane taking on Monster Mutt Junkyard Dog in the blue lane. Let's go racing! Here we go, and Gravedigger with a huge hole shot coming out of the gate down the ramp. First hole shot we've seen. Extremely fast through the loops. Look at that air! Wow, over a hard landing and flips, but still makes it to the line. Wow! Not sure where Monster Mutt was going. Monster Mutt went off to the side of the crush cars, way off to the side of the track and hit the wall. Look at that behind the obstacle. Let's take another look from the track cam. As the gate drops, Gravedigger's way ahead, coming down the ramp in this one. 1, 2, truck legs ahead. Look at this jump, big air. Starts to nose over, lands hard on the front end, and manages to flip across the line for the win. Look at that, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Monster Mutt learned to roll over. In this one, it's 30th Anniversary Gravedigger taking the win to move on into the semifinal round. What a wild finish from that truck with a big crash. And speaking of semifinal round, let's head on over to the pits and check out all the trucks moving on. As many of our fans know, usually the losing trucks are lined right up here in the pits, but no, not today. These post-apocalyptic trucks are all hanging out over here in our brand new junkyard. These are the trucks that have not made it past their rounds of racing, and they get to hang out in the junkyard with all the other parts. Check this out. The Our Time for Adventures junkyard is alive and well. Anyone need some monster truck parts? Let us know. We have a lot. But look at these awesome detailed monster trucks. These things are seriously so incredible. I love these trucks. Bob did an amazing job. But now it's time to check out the awesome builds that are moving on into the semifinals. And for that, we have Big Kahuna and Overboard, as well as the Hot Wheels Silverado and 30th Anniversary Gravedigger. Which of these trucks will be fast enough to make it through the semifinals for their chance at the top podium spot? We will find out here right now which one's moving on with Our Time for Adventures. Let's go. And up first for the semifinal round, we have Big Kahuna in the red lane taking on Overboard in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Gate drops, here we go. These trucks are so fast coming down the gate out of this new ramp. It's super fast as they go upside down, side by side over the obstacles. Look at that air. Big Kahuna pulling ahead and taking the win. Wow. These trucks get so much air off of this new track setup over those crush cars. It's incredible. Unfortunately, Overboard will not be moving on. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, they're extremely fast, side by side, coming down the ramp, picking up speed as they go through the loops. Look at this air. Whoa, look at that. Butterflies in the belly and all as Big Kahuna takes the win. Well, with that side-by-side race right there, it shows why these trucks deserve to be in the semifinals. And it's Big Kahuna taking the win, moving into the final round, and Overboard will have to try to race one more time for third. And now we got two more lined up at the gate ready to go to see if they can move into the finals. Let's go. And next up, we have the Silverado in the red lane taking on 30th Anniversary in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag, here we go, and it's Gravedigger with the little lead coming out of the gate down the ramp extremely fast as they go inverted. Gravedigger opening up that lead. Oh, but goes off to the side, goes back behind the obstacle, hits the wall, and still makes it to the line. Wow. Not so sure that's the fastest way to get to the finish line, but sure look cool for the fans. But what happened to that Hot Wheels Silverado? Had a smooth run going, but up over the cars, had a big crash on the landing. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, it's Gravedigger in this one in the blue lane all the way. Super fast through the loop, but goes off to the side on the landing. Oh, Silverado nosed over and flipped as Gravedigger took the win. What a wild race from these two Diecast monster trucks in that round with a big crash and hitting the wall, but Gravedigger takes the win. We'll move on into the finals, and Silverado will have to race Overboard one more time for that third place podium spot. Now, what do you say we head on over to the pits one last time and check out the matchups for the final round? All right, race fans, here we go. We've had some good matchups so far, but who's moving on? Racing for third, we have Overboard taking on Silverado. And for your overall final winners, we have Big Kahuna facing 30th Anniversary Gravedigger. Who's it gonna be? Let's head up to the starting gates now and find out. And here we go with our race for third. We have Overboard in the red lane taking on Silverado in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Out of the gate, their door handle to door handle side by side as they enter the loops extremely fast as they go inverted side by side over the cars where Overboard starts to take the lead, just barely edges out Silverado for the win. That was a close matchup. They almost got together in the middle of the track as they both kind of switched lanes, but Overboard took the win. What an awesome run from both of these trucks. Let's check it out from the track cam and watch it again. As the gate drops, they're both fast coming out of the gate, wheel to wheel, coming down the ramp, entering the loops. Watch them as they go upside down. Big jump where Overboard starts to pull away on the landing just a little bit, powers away for the win. What a race. All right, race fans, there we have it. We have our first podium winner, and that goes to Overboard, taking the win in that race and third place here overall today. That truck looks incredible and deserves that spot. Now, what do you say we head back on up to the starting gates for the race everybody came here to see? That's right, viewers, this is your final round of the apocalyptic tournament on the new track. We have Big Kahuna racing out of the red lane, taking on 30th Anniversary Gravedigger in the blue lane. Let's go racing. Green flag gate drops, here we go, and it's Gravedigger with an early lead coming out of the gate down the ramp, pulling away as it goes inverted. Big Kahuna with a big jump all the way over to the other side of the track, can't hold the landing, crashes, and Gravedigger takes the win. Wow, what a fast run. That was an awesome flight over the crush cars from that truck, but not the same luck for Big Kahuna as Big Kahuna couldn't hold the landing and crashes out. Let's take another look. As the gate drops, it's Gravedigger in this one in the blue lane with the whole shot continuing to pull away as it goes upside down. Big Kahuna with problems over the crush cars has a wild landing and flips as Gravedigger passes for the win. All right, Diecast Monster Truck Racing fans, there you have it. For our Mad Max style race, we have 30th anniversary Gravedigger taking the win and the tournament championship. What an amazing run from that pile of parts from the graveyard. That truck looks so cool. We're going to see more of it up on the podium. So what do you say we take a trip through the graveyard one last time? Look at all these absolutely incredible builds from Bob Hagan himself. Diggers Diecast on Instagram. You guys make sure to follow Diggers Diecast on Instagram for some amazing customs. He is always doing new incredible work, and we are absolutely honored to have these trucks here for our channel to be the first trucks to run on our new double loop track. We really hope everyone enjoyed this tournament and like our new graveyard. There's going to be a lot of trucks ending up in the graveyard when they lose races moving forward now. This was awesome. But now, what do you say we head on over to the Our Time for Adventure Winner Square and check out all of the trucks that deserve to be there. There we are, the world famous Our Time for Adventures Winners Podium. Only a select few have been on top of this gold podium, and these trucks look incredible up here today. What a tournament they have put on, and it's been awesome to watch these Diecast Monster Trucks run. And bringing home the third place podium here in this tournament, we have the awesome looking Overboard. Look at the patina on that truck. Definitely one of the coolest creations Bob has come up with for this tournament. The way that paint job looks like it's just worn away is absolutely perfect. Love this truck, Bob. Great work. And bringing home the silver podium in second place, we have my favorite Big Kahuna. Love all the rust all over this body with the door panels still there. This truck is incredible. The detailed rusty shocks, 4 links and wheels. This truck is perfect. Love it. Can't wait to have it in our collection. And now, bringing home the top gold podium spot, we have the fastest junkyard creation here, the 30th anniversary Gravedigger. Look at how it looks like it's worn away metal on the doors and the hood. Look at that airbrush paint scheme on the skulls. This thing is absolutely incredible. What do you say we take a minute and help all 3 of these trucks celebrate their wins here today? Thanks again for watching Our Time for Adventures. Until next time.